All right, you guys, welcome to the first episode of Reversed Mother Wound, when we're going to be talking about themes and topics that will help you realize how you can work on yourself not to give the mother wound to your children and to future generations. You don't necessarily have to be the mother, so that series can help you, but obviously this is most powerful and most helpful for women who are mothers or want to be mothers one day. I've done already an introduction to this series, so you can go ahead and watch that. I've posted it yesterday, I think, or the day before. It's on my feed, where I've explained what do I want to achieve with this series and overall why this is extremely important. So it's going to be great for you to watch for context and start there. Today is episode 1, and we're going to be talking about wearing versus protection. And just to give you a background so you understand how I'm going to structure every episode, there's going to be, I think, 5-6 episodes. And in every episode, I'm going to explore the frequency, how it looks like on a side of darkness and on a side of light. So on a side of divinity and on a side of distortion, right? So us sending energy to someone that we love and that we want to protect, when it's on the side of divinity, of strength, of actually love, what we're sending protection. But when it's on the side of fear, of distortion, it's on the side of worry. So I'm going to dive into both so you understand, and I will always put on screen the qualities of distorted feminine energy that actually put you on the distorted side so you can understand better. So for this example, what distorted qualities and shadows you would need to work on to stop worrying and shift towards actually giving protection to people you love, because this won't only apply to our children. Like I said, this is not just for mothers. It will apply to anyone. It can apply to your partner, to your siblings, to your friends. How to shift from worry to protection. But it's extremely important for people who have children and are mothers, even if you don't have children, feminine energy. And again, the why I've explained in introduction video that I've posted yesterday. So maybe just to add, if you go to my website, if you want a deeper context for the distortion and the divinity, in the section for divine love, there is an article, there's a couple of articles, but there's a divine love article that actually explains divine feminine and divine masculine energy and lists all the qualities of the healthy feminine and masculine, which is divine feminine and masculine, and distorted feminine and masculine. Remember, we all have both feminine and masculine. All right, so let's dive into the worry and the protection. How is it different? And this is going to be a very important episode because I've mentioned to you in the introduction that I'm not going to be focusing in this series on the obvious things, right? So I'm not going to be focusing and even saying to you guys, because the key is to understand how I cannot create mother wound within my children and future generations, right? You can be an aunt, you can be an older sister. How I cannot create that wound. Well, it's an obvious thing that if you neglect your child, if you abandon your child, if you're showing aggression toward your child, obviously, if you don't accept your child, obviously you're going to create that wound, right? And I think it goes without saying. We don't need to discuss this. So I'm not going to be focusing on the obvious. Each episode will focus on something that people really misunderstand. You would be surprised how many women I know that think that worry so deeply about their children that it's causing distress within them and within the whole energy around them, and they actually think that it's coming from love. They actually think that I worry because I love. That is one of the most illusion-filled false statements that you could ever hear. Love has nothing to do with worry. Love is protection. And that's what we're going to explore today. And again, every episode will focus on things that are not obvious, that are not illusions, that are illusions that we need to dissolve. This week is great for it because it's the week of truth. I've talked about this in my Monday's video about energies and harvesting energies, to move to the side of protection. So we're going to start from worrying, the energy of worry. I've done a whole long video, deep dive into the energy of worry. You can watch that on my YouTube. I posted it on TikTok as well, but I always say to you guys, it's easier to browse all their videos through YouTube because you can actually just type it. But it's going to be in Healing and Spirituality playlist. Worrying about someone, right? So many mothers say, I worry about you because I love you. Bollocks. It's not true. Worry is a very low vibrational emotion. It comes from fear. It is deeply rooted in fear. If you worry about someone, that they're going to get sick, that they're going to be harmed, that bad things will come to them, it's because you don't have faith, not only in them, but also in God and in universe, that whatever happens, happens for our greatest benefit. True divine feminine, a woman who is balanced, a woman who is healed, a woman who is following the guidance of the soul, a woman who is strong, all the embodiment of divine feminine qualities that we always talk about, she does not worry because she's not rooted in fear, she's rooted in love. When you love somebody, when you love your child, you're not constantly in this energy of overprotective mother. Because again, you can go back to that video about worrying for a greater context. But it actually, through law of attraction, you attract what you are. Our emotions are frequency. So if you worry about your child, you actually send the low vibrational energy towards your child. As you heal and you move from distortion to the actual divine feminine energy, so you work on those shadows of being emotionally imbalanced, powerlessness, depression, dramatic, anxiety, feeling fear, feeling just like you can control, right? The world that is out there and it's doomed. You, again, you're sending a very low vibrational energy. So as you heal all those shadows, you are moving from fear to love. You are moving to the energy, I trust. Why would the divine not protect my child? If something will happen to them, I cannot think immediately that this is negative. My child came here to live this life in its wholeness. His or her little soul wanted to learn lessons. They will fall. They will go through heartbreaks. They will be abandoned and rejected by people. That will be disappointed. They will be fired from jobs. They will be dumped. And that's amazing because they need to learn that life is not just up. Life is up and down. Life is a wheel. They need to learn that we grow and we learn most in the moments of our downfall. They need to learn that rejection is redirection, that if someone doesn't resonate with our energy, it's because they're not meant for us. They need to learn to move through the maze of life. So what? That they're going to cry, that they're going to feel pain, that they're going to occasionally get sick. It's life. It's life. It's human experience. And we will explore this more and more in basically all of the episodes. But this overprotective energy that most mothers send to their children, what it really does, it's taking away the freedom of that child to live the wholeness of life. And there's one specific things for mothers that are overprotective and they worry all the time. Don't go outside when it's dark. Don't travel on your own. Don't worry. Oh my God, and I cannot sleep because my child is going through this and that and that. All that they do is through embodiment, and again, it's something that we're going to explore, they teach their child very black and white thinking. If you watch me, you would know that I talk about this a lot, that we live in a world that is based on polarity, but the polarity is actually an illusion. Black and white, shadow and light, good and bad is just an illusion. Things are what we deem them to be. There is only a spectrum of vibration. And the distortion within most people is that they really believe that there are certain things that they're bad and they have to be avoided. We do not want pain. We do not want heartbreak. We do not want karmic relationships. We do not want discomfort within our body, within our emotion, within our life. But these are actually things that create pressure to shape that diamond. Show me one person that lived this utopia life and actually grew and is actually deep, mature, and beautiful. And that's yet another understanding. People think that this utopia and this paradise is a moment that no harm comes to anyone. We're humans. We live human emotions. How we live utopia, how we connect to the new earth energy, we manage them. We know how to manage pain. And I talk about this all the time, and I teach this to you guys all the time. People who conquered life, people who are truly peaceful, blissful, happy, they live a good life. They're not people who have great jobs, great partnerships, yes, that's all can be true as well, but they're people who manage to control themselves, to control their emotions, to control how they react. All we can do in life is to learn how we react to the external world. And in order to learn how we react to the external world, which includes fall, pain, heartbreak, disappointment, rejection, we have to go through these things. So a divine mother, a healed mother, a balanced mother, no, she doesn't worry. It's a lie. It's an illusion. She sends a protective bubble of energy towards her child that is a bubble built on love, strength, divinity, trust. My child, I trust in you that whatever life will throw at you, you will actually conquer that. You will learn from it. And if you need mama's embrace, my arms are opened. I'll make you that comfort soup. I'll sit with you. I'll cry with you. But in my frequency, you won't feel pain. You won't feel worry because I trust in God. I trust in the divine. I trust in your capabilities. I trust in your strength and the strength of your soul. I know because I myself been through it. It's the wisdom of the divine feminine. I went through pain. I went through darkness. I faced my demons. I faced my shadows. And I made friends with them. And I know you can too. I'm not anxious because I know life sends us what we need to go through. I know that whatever you're going through are your karmic contracts being literally manifested into existence so you can become a better person, so you can fulfill your destiny. And a very important thing, and again, it's something that we will explore deeper, we teach not just our children but others through embodiment. You can blabble about something all along, right? But if you yourself don't feel it, people won't buy it. So you can sit and say, yeah, I know that you're gonna, make it and it's gonna be fine. All is gonna be fine. But if your energy is worry and it's fear and it's depression and it's anxiety and you don't know how to manage your own emotions, do you really think that your child won't feel that? We teach through embodiment. So if you really want to conquer this specific element that we talk about, and you don't want to actually send because again, all you do, you actually attract that doomsday. If you constantly worry and constantly talk to your child in the sense, don't go out, you're going to get sick. Again, I'm really using different examples because some of you, you're going to be mothers of a newborn or a toddler and then a 20 or 30-year-old person. These things usually don't change. A distortion within the mother, it's not just going to disappear because a child is bigger and grows older, right? So you can, there's variety of examples. Don't go out because it's cold. Make sure that you're dressed warm. Make sure that you don't talk to strangers. Make sure, and I've heard, some mothers say, but you have to warn them. Yeah, okay. But let's not call it warning. Let's call it education. Yes, you have to educate your children and say, if you run around snow for a prolonged period of time barefoot, there's a chance that you don't necessarily have to. Our bodies do as we program them. It's a whole different topic, but you may feel a little bit down for a moment, right? Or if you start your relationships too soon, chances are that you're going to miss the red flags, right? Or if you do certain things, but all this information can carry energy of education, right? So you can sit down with your daughter and say, unfortunately, maybe not unfortunately, it is what it is. We live in a world where there's different types of people. Some people are, protective and divine and godly, and some people are deceptive and ego-based, and they're driven by the needs of their petty ego and lust. So you have to be aware of who you are and who these people are to be able to consciously choose what you prefer and protect yourself with the energy of your own love and strength from those things and people, places that are low vibrational. So you have to just be conscious of what you do, what you choose, how you act, how you respond. That's education. Now, if you flip it to the side of that low vibrational worry, you're going to be that mother that says, don't go out. Men are evil. Men are just egoistic. Men only think about one thing. And you're not going to help your child. You're going to give them a mother wound. You're going to give them a distortion. You're going to teach them to fear, to hate, to resent, to reject something that's the biggest problem on this earth, shifting the blame because those places. Be in control of yourself. Educate your child to be in control of themselves. But in order, again, like I mentioned, in order to be in control of yourself, you have to go through experiences of life. This is where I'm going to close it. I hope it was enough information for you to really understand that worry never comes from love. Mothers who worry are not mothers who love. Obviously, you can love your child. I'm not, that's not something that is questionable. But worry is not born from love. Worry is born from your own wounds, from your own distortions, from your own lack of emotional maturity, from your own ability to manage your emotions and to manage yourself, from lack of control, from anxiety, from depression. And it's nothing but a projection of that unhealed trauma and that unhealed distortion onto your child. If you want to send your child education and protection, high vibrational energy actually based on love that will send divine protection towards them, you have to heal that distortion. I hope it was helpful. If you're still here, please share, comment, follow for more, and I will be back tomorrow or the next day with the next episodes.